Social Responsibility, CSR for short, created and presented by Megan Spencer, Senior Project Manager for Construction Contracting plc. This presentation is for the attention of the CEO of Construction Contracting plc and, where appropriate, employees. The sole purpose is to provide beneficial information on the concept of CSR and how this can be implemented into our business operations whilst benefiting ourselves and the local community. So, what is CSR? In the 70s, a group of theorists came up with the concept of future-proof industrial growth, taking into consideration how profits are made, not how they are spent. Early plans involved businesses acting against pollution, but this alone wasn't enough, which is why in the early 90s a three-pillar concept was developed. This involves economic progress, social interests and sustainability. Most businesses thereafter created support programs in the same field, aiming these at local communities. A prime example of this being Alstom, an energy and transport company. They have been operating in South Africa, where it is a requirement for social, economic and sustainable improvement. Alstom have helped improve the following: social improvements, including the education. They have provided training, apprenticeships, scholarships and help with career progression. Economic improvement. This has included helping the local industries and improving workmanship skills. This has led to the provision of more subcontractors in the industry. Sustainability or environmental responsibilities. Providing education on environmental responsibilities that everyone should incorporate in their day-to-day lives. Classes are provided on how this can be done. This includes education on recycling and rainwater harvesting. At this current time, we are in a situation where there is an ever-growing population and finite resources. Something's going to give. It's time to act now in order for growth to be done in the most efficient and sustainable way possible. Although profitability is still important to businesses, there is a greater influence on social well-being. Liz Moore, CEO of a non-profit organisation called Net Impact, highlights CSR is becoming more mainstream as forward-thinking companies embed sustainability into the core of their business operations to create shared value for business and society. There are great amounts of pressure on all businesses to adopt practical steps in the working environment to help improve the everyday lives of the local community. A good example of this would be Tom's Shoes. They have CSR at the core of their business. They donate one pair of shoes to a child in need for every pair of shoes a customer purchases. This therefore not only is the company doing good for society, but also the customers are able to get involved in the sense that they feel socially conscious, that they are able to play a part in this. What can we do? Relating this to the three-pillar for regional sustainable development, we can adopt the following methods. Social justice. We can work with the local community with the aim of helping people achieve their goals and aspirations. We can provide training programs, help create jobs and even provide support for associations that also aim to help the local community. Economic development. If we develop a local skills network, it can be beneficial for all involved. We may have a specialist skill set or expertise that can be beneficial for another business and vice versa. This can be done in a way in which we can help boost the local economy. Environmental well-being. This should be something all businesses take into consideration. We should ensure that NA and all of our activities take into consideration the impact it may have on the environment and reduce it as much as possible. We should aim to reduce all forms of emissions and make environmental targets clear to all employees. We can also relate this to social justice by encouraging and supporting local teaching institutions to instill a positive environmental attitude into the future generation. How to incorporate CSR? The question we need to ask is, what can we do as a company to contribute to a good society through good business operations or practices? A common misconception would be to create a charity or donate to a charity, which is in essence doing good, but this cannot be the only change. An example of a company that does donate to charity would be Ben & Jerry's. One of their main goals is to support charities, and they donate just under 8% of their pre-tax profit to many charitable organisations. Next steps we should take. Sustainability is one of the core concepts behind CSR. If we help society in their day-to-day operations, then we are bound to gain success and improve our relationships within the community and customers. This thinking and planning ahead helps to, in the long run, improve society as a whole. As customers play a big part, they encourage and seek out to use the companies that adopt a good CSR strategy, which is why they should be influential to us and how acting in a socially responsible way can prove a win-win situation. Potential CSR statement. We could adopt and develop on the following drafted statement. Business activities. A strong and professional service should be provided at all times. Great relationships should also be maintained with everyone involved, including customers and employees, and everyone should be treated fairly. Health and safety. All activities carried out should be done in a way that has minimal or no risks involved. All employees should have regular training on health and safety to ensure this. Training and development. Employees play a huge part in our success. This is why it is of great importance that they be continuously trained to improve and develop upon their skills and expertise that we already have. Community interactions. We should have a commitment to our community to constantly offer help and development for them. We can also have a CSR specialist group. We should appoint and recruit a specialist group to solely deal with CSR by having a small department that directly deals with our CSR. We can undertake a company assessment to establish where we currently stand with our CSR. Following on from this assessment, we can then develop ourselves to have a fully functioning CSR statement that is published to the public, employees, stakeholders, etc., to highlight the ways in which we plan to improve our social interactions. This department will then monitor the progress and highlight where further improvements can be made or draw attention to aspects where we have been successful on and reward our employees. To summarise, if we incorporate CSR practice in our workforce, it will mainly involve adapting our current behaviours or incorporating new practices to make sure that we as a company are more ethically considerate with our social relations. When we improve our ways, we will gain the public's trust and support. To achieve this, we need to remain constant and make sure we are honest and open to employees and the public on our targets and operations. Honesty is the best policy, as the saying goes. Thank you.